Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Nurul Fazatul Akma. My metric number is 4233002711. Today we will present about the notification of accident, dangerous occurrence, poisoning and occupational disease under NADA Pod 2004. We will discuss two real cases to show how these incidents are related to this regulation. We will present about 6 important sections under the notification of accident, dangerous occurrence, occupational poisoning and occupational disease regulation 2004. First, regulation 5, notification and reporting of accident and dangerous occurrence. If a worker dies, gets seriously injured, or if a dangerous incident happens, the employer must report to the Department of Occupational Health, Safety and Health within 7 days. This includes if worker cannot work for more than 4 days. Even if the injury seems small, it must still be reported. The second one is Regulation 11, Requirement of Further Information. The Director General of the Department of Occupational Safety and Health can request more information after receiving a report. These include things like mission details, staff training, or inspection record. This helps the investigation to be clearer and more accurate. Third, Regulation 9. No interference at accident or dangerous occurrence scenes. No one is allowed to touch or move anything at the scenes of the accident unless it is to save someone or prevent more danger. This is to protect the evidence and make sure the investigation is not affected. Fourth, Regulation 10, Record. Employer must keep full records of any accidents, dangerous occurrence, or disease for at least 5 years in a format approved by the Department of Occupational Safety and Health. Every year, they must also submit a summary report to the Director General. Fifth, Regulation 13, Penalty. Anyone who breaks this regulation can be fined up to Rm 10,000, jailed for up to 1 year, or both. This shows that workplace safety is a serious legal responsibility. Lastly is second schedule, dangerous occurrence. This schedule lists the type of dangerous incident that must be reported, such as a fire, explosion, chemical leaks, or machinery failure. This helps their Department of Occupational Safety and Health take quick action and prevent future accidents. So that's all for me. I will pass to my friend. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Anamardra binti Muhammad Rashidi and my metric number is 4233003171. And now I will present about demonstrating the application of NADA-Pod 2004. Incident 1 is that of worker crash by machine. In 2025, a fatal accident occurred at manufacturing plant in Port Klang involving a foreign worker who had only recently joined the company. The worker was instructed to clean the production area and attempt to remove a jam jerry can from the blow molding machine. Tragically, when the machine access door was opened, it unexpectedly, fatally crushed the worker head. Investigation found that employee failed to establish a standard operating procedure for the task, which directly contribute to the accident. This accident is directly covered under Regulation 5 as a result in fatality. The employee was therefore required to notify nearest Dodge officer immediately and submit written report within 7 days. In addition, under Regulation 9, the accident screen should not be disturbed, as any change could be effect of the investigation. In this case, Regulation 11 may also apply where the Director General can legally request additional technical detail like mission specification, and training record. This document help determine whether the employer provides sufficient safety measure. Furthermore, under Regulation 10, the employee is legally required to maintain a detailed record of the accident for at least 5 years and include the company annual safety summary. If any of these provisions were violated, such as fail to report or lack of documentation, Regulation 30 allow for legal punishment including fine up to 10,000 or imprisonment. The case represents another part 2004 regulation because it highlights the fatal consequences of failing to comply with report duty, screen provision, and record keeping mandate under the law. Another significant incident took place at Use Oil Storage Facility in Masai Johor, where fire spread rapidly to 5 properties including soap manufacturing plant and recycle warehouse. Several vehicles also destroyed, and reports say that leaking oil drum had witnessed the spread of fire and concerns were raised about the potential health hazard to the surrounding community. The incident qualified as dangerous occurrence under second schedule of NADAPOD 2004. According to Regulation 5, such incidents still be reported immediately to TOSH even if no one was injured. The fire involved hazardous material like engine oil, extensive property damage, and potential chemical release, all of which are least reportable events. DOGE also must involve Regulation 11, requires for the detailed such as facility layout, fire prevention system, and chemical storage protocol. The employer should have this information ready and up to date, especially since Regulation 10 mandate the maintenance of a accurate safety record and previous risk assessment. During the accident, Regulation 9 must be observed by all the parties to avoid disturbing the screen unnecessarily before investigation arrives. Any interference may compromise to the investigation and result is enforcement action if employer fail to report the accident or breach the legal obligation. Regulation 13 allow for prosecution. This case show how NADAPOD 2004 apply even when no death occur, reinforcing the importance of proactive compliance and hazard control in high-risk industrial setting. Port accident show how NADAPOD 2004 serve as a legal framework to manage and investigate workplace accident and dangerous occur. In the first case, a fatal mission-related accident triggered responsibility under multiple regulations including report, prevention of the screen, submission of technical information, and legal penalty. In the second case, a major fire classified under second schedule required immediately report and actively legal duty for documentation, transparency, and preventive oversight. This case reflects the real world importance of regulation provision discussed and show how they are applied in both fatal and non-fatal industrial accidents. That's all from me, and thank you.
Today I will share 2 workplace incident case and how management should assess the risk and implement control measure according to OSHA 1994 and NADAPOD 2004. For the case 1, the foreign worker was fatally crushed while removing a jerry can from a blow molding machine that was still running. This is reportable under Section 32 of OSHA and NADAPOD Regulation 5. In 1, the employer must file from JKKP 6, log it to in JKKP 8, and keep the record for 5 years. To prevent recurrence, management should conduct high-rep, enforce lockout procedure, and ensure workers are trained in safe maintenance practice. For the case 2, a fire broke out at an unlicensed oil storage facility in Johor. That it is destroying a property and endangering residents. This is dangerous occurrence under NADA Port's second schedule, requiring reporting within 7 days. It likely breached at 514, which penalty under Section 51. Control measures include identifying flammable liquid hazard, ensuring ventilation and emergency plan, and securing valid license while informing authorities of hazardous operating. Both cases highlight the need for timely reporting and strong risk control. Let's stay proactive in protecting life and complying with the law. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day to you, madam. My name is Siti Naziha and I will be explaining the control methods of the cases we've chosen. For case 1, there will be 3 control methods. Number 1 is engineering controls. There are many ways to implement these control methods, such as installing machine guards or physical barriers to prevent body parts from getting close with the dangerous machine areas. Number 2 is administrative control, which means the employer must provide mandatory safety training for machine operations and enforce a safe working procedures. Number 3 is personal protective equipment, which is PPE, also needs to be provided to the workers as they will be using it regularly to minimize injury risk. For our second case, there is also 3 control methods that can be implemented. First is chemical hazard risk assessment. The employer must conduct to identify and reduce risk from flammable or toxic chemicals. Second control method is fire safety system, which are installing fire alarms, extinguishers, sprinkler systems, and ensure that all emergency exits are marked and accessible. Third and last control method for our second case is legal compliance and notification. Management must notify local authorities and nearby residents of hazardous operations as required under the FMA Act 1967. That is all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zamban bin Muhammad Nazir Ali and my matric number is 4233001201. Today I will briefly explain two types of daily safety preparation that management should practice to prevent workplace accident. First is daily safety inspection and monitoring. Before any work start, it is important to check all machines, tools and vehicles. This can help prevent accident. In case one client, a worker died when he was fixing a machine alone without a proper lockout system. A simple inspection could have saved his life. In another case, Johor, a fire destroyed an oil store due to poor inspection of flammable item and wiring. So daily inspections are not only helpful, they are also required by law under NADAPOD regulation. Second is daily toolbox talk and safety briefing. This is a short talk before work start. It reminds worker of job risk and safety steps. In client case, a toolbox have reminded worker not to work alone and to use the lockout or tagout. In Johor case, it could have covered fire safety and emergency plan. Toolbox talks also encourage workers to speak up about dangers. This helped build a strong safety culture as supported by NADAPOD Regulation 10. In conclusion, both daily inspection and toolbox talks are simple but a powerful way to keep workers safe. Thank you.